I want to talk baseball with you at some point, but I know
we will eventually.
I know you like other sports as well. Last night's big story, obviously, the draft lottery and Wembanyamas. Yeah. So what are your thoughts there?
Well, it was truly a lottery this year, wasn't it? Because one lucky franchise randomly got $1 billion in added value thanks to Victor Wembanyama. Unbelievable. I mean, normally that kind of wealth exchange among billionaires, that only happens on one of Epstein's islands.
Oh, come on.
Well, no, it was nice to see it out in the open this time. Very refreshing.
Well, what about all right, but what about the fit in San Antonio? We had Shea Serrano on. He's saying how much the superstar wants to be in San Antonio. What about that fit? Brockmire certainly has thoughts there as someone who's done drugs and alcohol in San Antonio and beyond.
Yeah, as Johnny Cash once said, I have been everywhere, man. And San Antonio was by far the best option. Absolutely. Because Detroit has turned that's turned RoboCop into a documentary. Okay. Houston is terrible. Paved over swamp. It is the size of a small planet. Don't go there. Charlotte, that's like living in the lobby of a corporate office. It's absolutely horrible. And Portland is where big men's feet and knees go to die. So San Antonio makes sense. They've had great success with European imports. They have one of the greatest coaches to ever do it. And the city itself is, well, it's got that Riverwalk, you know. I mean, Victor's from Paris. The Riverwalk is basically like the Seine, only instead of a winding waterway through the most beautiful city in the world, he gets a glorified gutter with endless places to eat fajitas. But, I mean, who's to say that's worse, Dan? I mean, this is true, by the way. The majestic boulevards of Paris, they were purposely built very wide so that the barricades of the French Revolution would no longer be possible. It is the architectural aesthetics of the ruling class keeping their boot right on your neck. It's oppression. It's beauty in exchange for freedom. So I'll take a sizzling plate of grilled Riverwalk meat over that any day.
All right. I don't want your thoughts on San Antonio. I want your sports analysis. You're an expert. I want your baseball analysis. But what's your scouting report on Wembanyama? Because Mike Ryan's already saying he's going to get hurt. He's going to get immediately hurt.
Scouting report on Wembanyama? Let me check my notes here. Yeah, he's tall as shit, Dan Le Batard. That's my scouting report. No, the man is 7'5" without shoes. He can dunk. He doesn't have to jump to dunk. Dunk flat-footed. He can block a three-point shot one step out of the paint. And he's Ralph Sampson with a handle, okay? He's a combination of, you talk about San Antonio, combo of Tony Parker and Tim Duncan. He's a human cheat code.
It's true.
If you tried to create him on NBA 2K, which I did try, the computer rejects it. And he's got the body of one of those inflatable dancing men at the car lot. But when you're that tall, who cares?
That's right.
He's physically unable to chunk out like Zion Williamson. Guy could eat 5 plates of Riverwalk fajitas a day and still maintain his figure, which, by the way, is the same exact figure as Jack Skellington from A Nightmare Before Christmas.
All right.
So
before we get to baseball, and I do want to get to baseball, and I want to understand where the hell your podcast is, because I'm worried that
it's happening right now.
It's not happening right now. No, it's not.
This is it.
No, it's not.
Isn't this it?
No.
Well, I'm not doing any more than this. Yes, it is.
No, this is not it. And I think you've fallen off the wagon. I've seen suspicious behavior. What's in that cup?
There's coffee plus other stuff.
You have fallen off the wagon. You're supposed to be sober. We'll get to baseball.
Well, what are you? Who are you, my parole officer? Give me a break here.
I mean,
I'm trying to entertain your dwindling audience.
I'm your employer, technically.
Oh, so fire me. What do you want from me?
Ja Morant, certainly you must have thoughts there. I want to get to baseball. Are we going to have time to get to baseball? Ja Morant.
I hope so. Well, Ja Morant, man, oh man. I mean, my heart goes out. First of all, I want to hope and pray that this all still remains funny going forward. I mean, so far, nobody's gotten hurt by this young man flashing his piece around on Instagram. I mean, no one's gotten in serious legal trouble. He's only metaphorically shooting himself in the foot. I mean, look, the first time it wasn't funny. It hinted at very serious things. But pulling out a gun the second time, Dan, doing the exact same stupid thing again, that's legitimately funny. That's cartoon funny. It's like reverse Michigan J. Frog, where Ja can only dance with a gun when everybody's watching. He's got to continue this trend one more time. Comedy rule of 3, right? He got to finish it off right, though. Next time he pulls out a piece while dancing the NBA Youngboy, he's got to fire it, and out will come one of those flags that spell the word bang. Have fun with it. Wile E. Coyote style. That's what I always.
Well, do you have any idea where any of this
By the way, that is a motto. I say that a lot. Have fun with it. Wile E. Coyote style.
Okay.
I say that in all manner of situations.
Okay. It's a very old reference, but where do you imagine, sociologically, do you have any larger thoughts on where this might be coming from?
Well, I do, Dan. I mean, and I don't have standing to speak on a lot of this because I am not rich, young, or black. I'm literally the opposite. I am poor, old, and white, which is the saddest kind of white. Let's be honest about it. I'm dressed like I'm decomposing from too much exposure to the sun. People say black don't crack, but maybe that's only in comparison to old white folks like me who melt like a chunky wax candle. But I lost my train of thought. Any hoodles. Oh, Ja's situation. I was crying about my whiteness. Johnson, where is all that coming from? Family, friends? I can't say. I do know one thing, though, okay? It would appear that alcohol is most likely involved here, and boy, can I speak to that. Because inebriation, that's my area of expertise. I got a PhD in getting fucked up with a master's in attempting to get fucked up, which is why I can say with authority, I can go all Marv on you, that Ja Morant is associating with the wrong alcohol, folks. Ja's been seen on IG Live chugging tequila. That's the worst alcohol to make your best friend, the worst.
Oh, you like whiskey. You've always been a whiskey guy.
Absolutely. Whiskey's that loyal basset hound that just wants to lay on your belly. Whiskey's always giving you a big hug or wrapping a warm blanket around you, encouraging you to just lay down. Even the crying and the yelling jags that often do come along for the ride with whiskey, they're usually pointed in a direction that leads you right towards bed, Betty bye, I mean, vodka, okay in a pinch, but much too clinical, all sharp edges when being drunk is supposed to round all the corners. Vodka's for doctors getting drunk in hospital parking lots, okay? Real Patrick Bateman psychopath types. Google that. That's American Psycho. Anyway, rum. Let's talk about rum. Vacations and emergencies, okay? The only people who really love rum are children and adults who act like children. I mean, after all, think about it. A Wiggles concert and a Jimmy Buffett concert, basically the same thing. These are sing-alongs by people wearing very ugly shirts and just struggling to stay upright, okay? But tequila, that's the most dangerous by a lot, by far. It's like eating blowfish, all right? It should only be done very rarely under the care of seasoned professionals. No one should ever be chugging it out of a bottle at a club like a TikTok mom trying to hydrate herself, all right? Tequila is the worst best friend you can ask for. It's the one that's telling you to call her at 4 a.m. It's the one whose favorite movie is Boondock Saints, okay? It's the one who's way too into crypto, that friend. It's a friend that makes you put extra weight on the rack but forgets to spot you, just walks away.
So really, everyone's talking about Ja Morant, and your advice to Ja Morant is switch to whiskey?
Dan, that is the best. He's going to get a lot of advice. You think he's going to get a lot of advice coming up? That's the best advice you can get. Just lay off the tequila and pull it back a little bit.
There's whiskey in that cup, isn't there? There is
whiskey. Of course there's whiskey in this cup.
You're supposed to be sober. You're the 4th season of Brockmire. You were sober. It was an uplifting tale. And your advice is Ja switch to whiskey?
Yeah, yes. It's working for me, isn't it? Look at me. I'm living the life over here. Come to the dark side, Bourbon. Doesn't have to be rye, single malt. You pick. Try cognac. Cognac's, they make those special glasses with the cognac. You feel like a 16th century European nobleman or some such. None of those brown beauties that aforementioned are going to make you hop on IG Live, for crying out loud. They make you want to watch a documentary about the Battle of Leningrad and silently brood about all those who have wronged you in your life till you fall asleep gently in your favorite chair, okay? That's clean living, Ja. Switch to whiskey, my friend.
All right. We come back with Brockmire. We'll talk baseball coming up with a drunk Brockmire next. I encourage all of you who are looking for great things to stream. Brockmire is on Hulu. I was trying a long time ago to partner up Brockmire, Disney, and see if all of this could exist at ESPN, but Brockmire was too hot. He was too dangerous. He gets into too many areas that are problematic. He can't be trusted in any reasonable way to deliver a podcast, to broadcast a baseball game. But Brockmire, the show, not only does it start exceptionally, the first few minutes of both season 1 and season 2 are magical. I would urge all of you to watch Brockmire on Hulu. It's his best work. It was Brockmire in his prime, not this rendition that we get now, a broken old alcoholic artifact that joins us because he can't find work anywhere else because the Mexican League doesn't want him. No baseball entity, at this point, no baseball entity will support him, but he is a baseball expert. A drunk one, but a baseball expert. And baseball, the Mets, Stugotz, are getting Verlander. He's being booed. The Mets are a total disaster. I know Brockmire has thoughts on baseball, and even though our audience might not want baseball, Brockmire, can we start a new baseball bit that we do that doesn't, make a lot of basketball analysis and all the other things that you want to talk about to show that you're well-rounded and get back into the game? Is there a baseball segment we can do with you?
Yeah, if you're done insulting me and berating me and showing off your ridiculous business instincts by trying to put me together with Disney. What kind of me and Disney together? I can't believe that didn't work out. What a great move by you. Also had a little bit of difficulty hearing you through all the sweat emanating from your butt. It's like underwater almost.
Okay.
Like,
okay. Right. Can we get to Brockmire's baseball bit of the week, please?
Sure. Yeah, if you're done with your ranty, cranky tirade, absolutely. My goodness, what a terrible throw they don't do that, on the aforementioned ESPN. And now a guy who's annoying and whiny. Take it, Greenie. Come on. They should do that.
They do with Buster Olney.
Yeah, I guess they do. Yeah.
What is the baseball bit of the week? I can't get you to do a podcast.
All right, here we go.
I can't get you to talk baseball. I can't get you to do anything I want.
Okay, I'm going to do it. My God, it's like we should just go ahead and get the formalities over and get married because this is getting ridiculous. This is actually worse than my first marriage. But anyway, so I just want to say what was once America's pastime has now been reduced to this banter between this ass end segment of an afternoon radio show distributed over the internet by a cranky, sweaty man and a drunk dude. Brockmire's baseball bit of the week celebrates, if that's the right word, the most exciting thing that's happened in the majors this week. And this week, it is by far Aaron Judge's eyes darting like a cartoon cat, eyeing one of them juicy hams with the bone sticking out. And what is he looking at, folks? He's looking at his teammates who have discovered that the Blue Jay pitcher is tipping the pitch that's coming next. And then a belamo. He hits a hanging breaking ball like he knew it was coming because he did. But see, wait, that's not cheating. Okay, that's not the goddamn Astros performing Stomp the Musical and banging trash cans in the dugout. It is not some conspiracy with 8mm footage of the grassy knoll. This is part of the game, folks. It's a poker player showing his cards, showing his bluff, and I encourage any legal practice that results in a 460-foot dinger. That, to me, is what this game should be working towards.
He's not
Kudos.
wrong. He's not wrong about that. Billy, I know you've got some Aaron Judge thoughts, Aaron Judge cheating thoughts that we haven't been able to get to today.
That guy. Let me start on him.
Whoa. Like, that's it? I get one measly baseball crumb?
Yeah,
that's it? That's it?
Right.
Yeah, I went to Billy.
No.
Yeah,
I got another one for you. I'm not going to wait around for whatever nonsense I'm about to hear. I got one more for you.
But Billy is our baseball expert, and he had opinions on this, on Aaron Judge. He had opinions. You don't want other people included in your baseball segment.
When I'm done talking.
Okay.
Look, I got about, I don't know, I'd say 7 minutes left until I'm not too coherent. Okay?
All right. Very good. If you have more baseball thoughts, give them to us. I thought that was the end of your baseball segment.
Shohei Ohtani. Okay? And this won't wait. The man is reinventing the game as the best pitcher and the best hitter in the sport. And he gets about as much notice for that as a fart in a jar that's been thrown into the ocean. I mean, I guess because he plays for the Angels, his entire career is like Schrodinger's cat trapped in an eventual impenetrable black box, unable to be observed by anybody. But I am telling you, folks, it is happening. Ohtani is happening. The guy nearly hit for the cycle in a game where he pitched 7 innings. That is crazy.
It is.
That is Paul Bunyan, John Henry, mythical shit. And I wish more people outside Japan were watching it unfold on a daily basis. I had to get that out.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Billy.
I wanted Billy's thoughts on Aaron Judge. I will get them in a moment. I will let you go on that note, Brockmire. We thank you for your return. I'm very frustrated that your podcast, your second season of your podcast, is not out yet. But I do thank you for stopping by. It is good to see you again. We will do it again next week, maybe. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'll be back, please. And one last thing, Dan. Maybe just keep like a pocket square, like right here, and just dab at the forehead area. I mean, the pits, we know they're a lost cause. Those are stains you're going to carry with you as long as you live. You lost that battle at puberty.
Yeah.
But maybe, no, we could keep the moisture off your face just a little bit. A little more attention to detail.
Brockmire, how do I get you here every week? What do I need to do to get the Brockmire podcast? People miss it. It was very popular. It was doing very well. You were getting us very good metrics, and then you disappeared into an ocean of alcohol.
That's my thing. That's my shtick. That's what I do. I come in and out of that ocean of alcohol. But I you know what, we can, now that you're back from your sweaty vacation and you've cleared out your end of things, I'm here. Let's do this every week. I can at least tell you my baseball thoughts every week. I'm sure we can bring some guests in like we used to. I'll be here every week.
I would love to do this with you every week, but I also want the podcast. Where's the podcast? You've traded the podcast for a weekly segment that isn't the podcast, that is Ben Stiller and all these famous people that you were doing the podcast with, and now it's just you?
Well, no, we'll do whatever you want, man. We'll bring them on your show. We'll call it who cares what we call it? Does anybody really care? What is this? It's an internet conversation. Oh, it's a podcast. Oh, no, it's an appearance. Oh, no, I'm doing a segment. No one cares.
All right.
I'll just be here and I'll say whatever and do whatever you want with it. Just pay me.
All right. See you later. Thank you. I'll pay you so you can buy
God,
more
you really
whiskey.
Annoyed me today. I don't know what you're whining about. You're all wet and whiny and
All right.
awful.
Good to see you. Thank you. Nice seeing you again. Welcome back to the company. Stay off the sauce.